Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I hope that you guys are doing okay today. Today, our lessons will be from Adverb. So, first, you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. You click on your name, you move the language at grade 7, the chapter is Adverb, and we will complete the lessons today, which will be identify adverb, form and use comparative and superlative adverb. So we have 4 lessons under the adverb, but we will take up 2 today, and then the next time we will finish up the remaining 2. All right, so we need to note that an adverb is a word that describes or modifies a verb, adjective, or adverb. It tells you how, when, where, to what extent, or to what degree. So that's what an adverb tells us. It modifies, describes a verb, adjective, or even an adverb itself, and it tells you how, when, where, to what extent, or to what degree. Some adverbs tells you how. These adverbs usually end with ly. So the ones that tell you how, they end with ly, and it will be how well does she play the accordions. All right, so we have how well does she play the accordion? She plays the accordion splendidly. So you can see that the adverb ends with ly. So the ones that end with ly asks us how or tells us how. And then some adverb also end with when. When will he perform? He will perform soon. When is like what time, or how soon. And then we also have some adverbs. Some adverbs tell you where. So where did she go? She went downstairs. So where, like a place. And some adverbs tell you to what extent or to what degree. To what extent or degree is he responsible? And you can see he is not. So to what extent or degree is he reasonable? And you can say he is not reasonable. So like how reasonable is he? To what extent is he very reasonable or not? Okay. So we also have the next one. So this is for like the comparative and the superlative. We have, you can use adverbs to compare actions. So some adverbs are used to compare action that something is happening or the action going on. So comparative adverbs compare the action of a person, thing, or group to the actions of some other person, thing, or group. Okay, so it's like comparing two between one and another, like that, just two. And then the superlative adverb compare the action of a person, thing, or group to the action of a larger group. So this one's comparing more than two, three, four, like that, a lot. Okay. So for adverbs that have one syllable, so if it's just one syllable, so let's say, okay, you need to add er to make them comparative. So if it's just one syllable, you add er and est to the superlative adverb. So for the comparative, you're adding er, and then the superlative, you would add est. So if the base ends in E, drop the E before adding ER or EST. So let's say that the word ends with E, you have to remove that E before you add ER or EST. So we have the base is soon, and then we have sooner with ER because it's comparative, and then we have soonest. So you see EST. Then we have close. Remember that it ends with E, so you're dropping this and then you put in ER, EST. So closer and closest. Okay, so we also have for adverbs that have more than one syllable. So if it has more than one syllable, you have to add more to the comparative, and then you add most to the superlative. So as long as it is more than one syllable, you have to add more comparative and most to superlative. Okay, so we have safely, then we have more safely, so safely, then most safely. Okay, so you can see that the word has like more than one syllable, that's why. And then for the adverb early, drop the y and add ier to make the comparative adverb and ies to make the superlative adverb. So let's say that you have the adverb that ends with y. You have to change this y to I, and then you can add er or est depending on what you need to add. So we have early, earlier, and earliest. So that's how it goes. Okay. All right, so moving on to this part, we have to select the three adverb in the question. So this is the question. Tessa often sews her own clothing because, in her opinion, the clothing in stores is far too dull. So we have often is an adverb that describes the verb sew. Far describes too, and choose an adverb that describes the adjective dull. So these are the three adjectives in the sentence. And then here we also have to select three. So we have what? My younger brother almost never eats apricots or peaches, but he regularly devours blueberry and the grapes. So regularly, almost never, add the adverb here. Then for this part, we have the day of the barbecue was terribly hot, and the temperature eventually drove everyone indoors to sit in the front of the air conditioner. So we have terribly, eventually, indoors as the adverb. So we'll move on to the test now. Okay. So let's. All right, so we have selected three adverbs here. All right, so my landlord, who is amazingly handy, just fixed my leaky faucet and promised to repair stove tomorrow. So, and promised to repair my stove tomorrow. All right, so which is the adverb here? So we have the first one as the adverb because we have amazingly, just, and then tomorrow. All right, so we have the donuts that I purchased yesterday were too stale to eat, so I discarded them. You have to select the two adverbs here. All right, so we can say the second one as the adverb. Okay. All right, so we have my dog Astro is completely loyal to me, but my cat generally ignores me. What is the two adverbs here? All right, so we have completely and generally. The TV station is forecasting severely cold weather, so Ali and I will stay inside today. What is the three adverb here? So we have severely inside and then today. The alley there's a name, so that's a noun. I am almost certain that I left my jacket outside on the porch. So what is the two adverbs here? Okay, so we have the first one. All right. Will your firm's new lawyer be presenting his case at the district courthouse later today? So, what is the two adverbs here? Okay, so the second one. All right, we have the engineers carefully secured the dynamite in the abandoned building and moved far away. So, what is the three adverbs here? Alright, so we go with the first one. Okay, so the two adverbs here. Because the weather was so cold, everyone rushed inside for some hot chocolate. So what's the right adverb here? So we have the second one. Alright, so we have act fast and take advantage of the amazingly low prices at our fabulous Labor Day sale. So what's the two adverb here? So we have the second. Alright, so I have already decided I will not embarrass myself again by entering another talent competition. So what is the right adverb here? Alright, so if you click on the second one, that would be wrong. So we would see that not again an adverb that describes the verb will embarrass. Already is an adverb that describes the phrase decided. Okay, so that's it for this particular lesson. You can complete this if you haven't done this before. We'll move on to the second, which is form and use comparative and superlative adverbs. All right, so we have, as it turned out, our train left the depot much dash than scheduled. So let's see what is the right. So much later than scheduled. Of all the traders at his firm, Mr. Chandler is known for investing the dashed most cautiously. Okay, so let's move on to the test. We have the man running the antiques auction talks even dash than roster, talks even fast or faster. Which one? All right, so talks even faster. Lamotte seems to think the dash of all my friends, the most scientifically or the scientifically. Which of these is the right adverb? Okay, so the most scientifically. Now that I have crutches, I can move around dash than I could before, independently or most independently. What do you think is the right one here? Okay, I can move around more independently. So Joel behaves the dash of any young man I have ever seen, the most maturely or the maturely. Which one is the right adverb here? Alright, so behave the most maturely of any young man I have met. Jonah has good posture and sits up dash than Derek does. So sits up straight or straighter than Derek does. Which of this? So you can say sits up straighter than Derek does. Alright, so we have as it turned out, our train left the depot much dash than scheduled, late or later. Alright, so depots much later than scheduled. Okay, so of all the traders at his firm, Mr. Eaton is known for investing the dash. Though most cautiously. Okay, so we have Christine who runs a bakery and must be at work before 6 o'clock, rarely sleeps in dash than her husband. So sleeps in later or late than her husband. Rarely sleeps in later than her husband. Okay, so planes often fly dash on short flights than on long ones. So low or lower. So flies lower on short flights. Okay. Mr. Watson campaigned dash than his opponent and won the election. So campaigned harder or had. Okay, so campaigned harder. Okay, so we have of the three divers in the competition. Cornern kept his legs the dash when entering the water, so the straight or straighter. Okay, so the straightest. Okay. Alright, so that's it for this lesson. I need you all to complete this lesson if you haven't done that, so you can do that later on. We have two more left under the adverbs, okay, and we will finish that up this week later on when we have a class. But if you move on to doing the test and you still need more help, you can click on here, and then there are tutors available that could help you if you still need more help. All right, so you can ask if you have any questions before we finish for today. Do you guys have any questions or not? All right, so since we have no questions, we'll end here for today. I hope that you all have a good night. See you all next time. Bye, everyone.